All right, guys, so we have our Wednesday gymnastics strength day. We're going to be doing 5 sets of this. Every 3 minutes, you have to perform a series of movements. Again, this is for quality. A lot of ways that you can scale this stuff, particularly the more advanced movements, like handstand walking and ring muscle-ups. I'm going to go through a couple of the classic progressions here, but choose something that you can perform, again, with quality, reinforce a good foundation before you move on anything more complex. Okay, so the first one is a 25-foot handstand walk. I'll do a quick demo of a handstand walk here. Main thing is that we want to learn to use gravity to move us forward. So a good body position, you have to be comfortable kicking up in a handstand. I'll show you a good one where we kick up, right, and I'm walking forward, right? If you notice, I'm leading with my feet and my hips kind of lead the way. What happens often when people are kind of scared of falling on their back or they're just learning, often something like this happens. They kick up and the hands are always in front of the feet. So my body is like this, and I always fall back to my feet. Okay, so there's a couple ways that you can get comfortable with that sensation. Number one, you have to be good at kicking up to the wall. So if you're not good at handstand walking, just start with practicing kicking up to the wall. When you start this, start with your hands about a foot from the wall or 6 inches from the wall, and start with your hands on the ground, right? So you're nice and stable. You can get your hands right where you want them. One leg is straight. This one creates the power. The other one just steps off the floor second. So I drive with that straight leg and then push off the other leg. Try to come down the same way you went up. Nice control. Okay, when you first start, it might look awkward. It might look, something like this as you're uncomfortable, right? Try not to switch your feet in the air, but it's okay if you don't make it up all the way. Okay, so you're just going to practice that. When you start to get better at just kicking up, then you're going to start learning to try to walk or get comfortable with that feeling of falling forward. So we just back our hands off the wall a little bit. And even if you don't walk, you kick up and you feel that, whoa, that little fall of your feet into the wall. And as you get even more comfortable, you can start doing a little tiny handstand walk. Okay? So that's what we want you practicing today. If you don't have a walk, instead of doing wall walks, we want you to try to start getting into just kicking up and moving your hands a little bit. Okay? That's the handstand walk. So from there, we're going to go to ring muscle-up work. So if you do not have a ring muscle-up, the foundation of this is ring dips and pull-ups. So if we were to do 3 pull-ups with a band or 3 ring rows plus 3 dips, something like that each round. I'm going to show you a fun little transition. If you've never used the band and the rings to learn how to do a muscle-up, it looks like this. I find the bottom of my dip here, put my feet out in front of me, drop my hips down, and now I'm going to swing up. Focus on using your hips to drive the weight. Notice where I end up. I'm still in a good dip position, but we want to avoid a common error is that people will initiate with their knees first. They'll come forward in the knees and then stand up like this. So this is not a dip. Like notice I'm standing on my feet. Okay, you want to try to finish where you feel the weight in your hands and shoulders. So again, learning just the coordination and timing of that transition, okay? As you get better at that, you can do this without your feet on the ground. Start getting closer to the real deal. So you put the band behind your hips, put your hands on top of the band, put it under your butt. Now watch this one. Now I'm going to actually finish off the ground, okay? And then it starts again teaching you some of the timing. So a lot of ways you can scale this. Work on basic strength, dips and pull-ups, and then get on the rings. But pick something, again, that you can do consistently with quality for the ring muscle-up portion. If you want as well, you can always substitute bar muscle-up work with a band or jumping bar muscle-ups too. All right? Last thing is going to be pretty basic core strength is 20 hollow rocks. So find some floor space. The hollow rock is challenging. It looks simple, but it looks like this. So we want to start in a hollow position. So my low back is pressed into the ground. My legs are straight, my arms are overhead, and I rock back and forth, okay? We want to make sure this is a nice smooth movement. So when I teach people, I say start small in this tuck rock position. This is easy for people to maintain that feeling, and as you go, try to make yourself a little longer and keep that nice fluid feeling. If you need to, if the rock is hard, it's too dynamic, you keep kind of opening up your back. If this keeps happening, right, it's not smooth or kind of hitting the ground, just work on holding a hollow position. And you can hold that for 20 to 30 seconds, just working on a nice solid core. So that is our gymnastic strength for today. Let's talk about our conditioning. All right, fun workout, guys. We got 5 rounds, 13-minute time cap, and it is going to start off with 5 wall walks, then 10 toes to bar, finish off with a short 250 for guys, 200 for women row, 5 rounds. So the wall walk, these are classically very tiring. We just did a bunch of gymnastics in the strength as well, but here's how it goes. You start laying on the ground, the bottom of that push-up. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is kind of just extend. My knees are on the ground. I'm gonna tuck my chin and drive my head back between my shoulders and take a big step up to get myself set up. So keep your chin tucked so I'm stacked in this good position. What you don't want to be here is like this. This position sucks. This is so hard. All right, so pike the hips high, tuck the chin so your ears are between your arms. From here, you're going to walk yourself back. Okay, ideally you're going to get to the wall, part to the wall where you can touch your nose to the wall. Okay, walk yourself back forward. Again, notice the whole time my shoulders are stacked over my wrists, my chin is tucked. Once I get down here, I can step down. Boom, that's 1 rep. Okay, so if you are not comfortable getting inverted, or you struggle with that, just reduce your range of motion. Okay, so you can just do a single step or just something that you're comfortable with. Same start for everybody. Take a big step back, find that handstand position, and then try to walk your hand as far as you feel comfortable and back. Okay? If you're not comfortable or strong enough in that position at all, you can do something really simple like this. Keep your feet on the ground, and you basically do like an inchworm. Walk yourself up, butt touches the wall, and back down. Okay? So 5 reps there. Take your time. After that, we got 10 toes to bar. So for toes to bar, again, this should be something that's relatively quick. So we got 10 reps, okay? Toes to bar. Okay, if you can't do that, you can do a knee raise. I always say when you do a knee raise, pull the knees as high as you can every rep. All right, if you have any grip or shoulder issues, you can go to the floor and do some tuck-ups, or V-ups are a little bit harder, okay? But 10 reps there, and then finish off with your row. 5 rounds through that. Have fun. Let's talk about our finisher as well.